my. Lance Daly here with Jeff Kramer and our thoughts on politics. Got this idea from Bill Maher. Just get drunk in your basement and talk to people. Now, Jeff, surely even you, a casual observer of politics, it's got to become more than clear ours is a country ruled and run by perverts and pedophiles.
Oh, that's right, Lance. And interestingly, both teams, both sides of the aisle, have their creeps and pedos.
Absolutely, Jeff, and naturally, like you, I pray that it's only a very select and lucky few of our most powerful pedophiles are also flesh-eating cannibals.
Sure, yeah.
You can have too many.
I am running for president.
We can hope there's, only maybe a couple dozen cannibals amongst the very top.
And we'd be right to do so.
Right.
Who wouldn't be relieved to one day learn most of our pedophilic leaders weren't cannibals at all?
Just climbers who went along to advance their own mad dreams of tyrannical power.
Jeff, you can lay off that. We're just chilling.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, so even though our politicians, our business leaders, and our cultural icons may be nothing more than self-motivated, power-hungry pedophiles.
Yes, pedophiles engaged in the global trafficking of humans to perform sex work or undermine indigenous populations.
Right.
Things are looking up.
Times are pretty good. I mean, let's not forget the remarkably high percentage of our pedophile leaders who are probably not also cannibals.
Well, like my beloved Pappy used to say, with the exception of a very few well-connected cannibals, much of our elite are merely your garden variety pedophile.
In a way, that's fantastic news.
Now, Jeff, you know I'm kind of an old-timer.
Oh, yeah.
Few people left are still aware of this, but at one time, several of our country's highest leaders owned slaves.
But they don't anymore, so clearly things have improved.
And I'll be the first to say if we can safely trust our leaders have foregone owning slaves, but sexually abused children with a few occasionally devouring a child in a post-nut protein break.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I'd say we've come a long way.
Yeah, I see where you're going with this, Lance, and I agree. What kind of monster would rather be a slaveholder than a pedophilic cannibal?
In the big list of the most terrible things one could be, slaveholder has got to be near the top.
Oh yeah, it's definitely up there. Now, far better it be that our leaders sexually and mentally and physically abuse innocent children.
The flower of mankind.
For sure, better to raw dog a kid than be some 18th century farmer who purchased slaves on the fully legal global slave market.
And gave food, shelter, language, God, and exercise to these destitute refugees transplanted from some bullshit tribal stuff they lost on the other side of the world.
And their kids.
Right, the kids, can't forget them, those that weren't sold, sure.
So in anyone's calculus, it's better to be a pedophile than a slaveholder.
Exactly, which is why we readily accept that among our greedy, cowardly, lowly leadership, there might be a few pedos. Listen, if you had to sit across the table from trans-dimensional aliens who are beating you up in the negotiation for the number of humans you're supposed to harvest for their civilizational hybrid clone project, well...
You might need to receive a little semi-consensual oral from a drugged teen prostitute on some shady financier's private island a few weeks later.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, I know, it's...
And thank God there are still teen prostitutes willing to do this kind of work for our politicians, or nothing would ever get done.
I'm done.